What if I told you that Myanmar's real economy does not show up in any official stats? Hello everyone, it's Asian Anthony, and in this video we're going to talk about Myanmar's hidden economy. Now, when economists want to measure an economy, they usually look for the official businesses, the government data, the tax records, the licensed businesses, etc., etc. But a huge part of Myanmar's economic activity happened outside of this system. This is Myanmar's hidden economy. Now, many people earn income in Myanmar without being a part of a registered business. These are the street vendors, the food stalls, a lot of the mobile carriers, the transportation services, not everyone, but a lot of them. And this does have an economic impact that we don't tend to think about. But let's talk about why they do this. Now, a lot of these businesses just are cash businesses, and they don't really generate enough money to warrant paying taxes or getting a registration. Also, another reason is to get a registration can be very complicated for a lot of people. And for the businesses that don't generate a lot of money, it can be very costly. And the last reason that most people don't think about is a lot of these unregistered businesses in the rural areas don't have access to banks. So that makes it almost impossible to get the proper setup that you need for a registered business. Now, a study released by the IMF, International Monetary Fund, in 2018 says that 51% of Myanmar's GDP was a part of this informal economy and could not be tracked. That is huge. Let's talk about some positives to this though. Obviously, this creates jobs, and the type of jobs it creates helps low-skilled people. And obviously it helps low-income people, so that's good. Now let's talk about the negatives, and that's where things get scary. The big negative is there's no taxes being created here. That is huge. This is a big reason why we don't have proper bridges and roads, because we don't have the correct tax revenue. Another negative is it's harder to attract investment once you set up your business as one of these informal or unregistered businesses. Actually, it's almost impossible. And another thing is there's no worker protection. And also there's no buyer protection. We see all the time that people will prepare your food with their bare hands, okay? And as an American, I don't like that. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a unregistered small farmer that grows a vegetable. And then an unlicensed truck comes to pick up this vegetable. This is normal, just some guy in a truck who picks up vegetables. He takes it to a street vendor who is also unlicensed, who then sells it to one of these food stalls that's also unregistered. And the last person in this economic chain is you. You buy this food with no taxes. Now, this entire system is very normalized in Myanmar, but the system that I just described does not include any tax collection, so no tax revenue for the government. And the reason why this is a big deal is without tax revenue, you don't have better public schools, roads and bridges, firefighters, ambulances, police officers, and the list goes on. And there's no way to, if we want Myanmar to have more of these mega projects that are funded by Myanmar, not China and India, we have to find a way to collect more taxes. Now, given that we are in a situation where there's lots of sanctions, this informal economy or this hidden economy is what keeps Myanmar alive. And I understand that. But unfortunately, it's bad for the future of Myanmar. If Myanmar ever wants to modernize and step into the future, we have to find a way to collect more taxes. And that is a hard pill to swallow because nobody wants to pay taxes, including myself.